What is up, folks, and welcome to the channel. In this video, we're going to be installing the brake light modulator from TST Industries. Another thing we're going to try to do is also swap out the incandescent brake light bulb itself to an LED light bulb. We're going to get right to it. With a 6mm Allen wrench, remove these 4 bolts. Pull back to remove the seat. Pop the fairings out of the rubber grommets, and then pull these pegs out of the holes to remove the upper rear fender. Pull the dust boot down to expose your plugs, and then locate the wire that goes to your taillight. On my bike, it has this gray sleeve on it. Disconnect the plug. Connect the white plugs together on your modulator kit. From here, connect the female end from your modulator to the male end of the taillight, and then connect the last plugs together. This is actually self-explanatory. It's made in a way so that you can't mess it up. Okay, so the controls to the programmer is under this lid right here, so with a small screwdriver, I'm going to disassemble this thing, and then we can go right into programming which mode I want it on. So this button right here is what allows you to be able to switch in between the 3 different modes, and then this right here is the speed that you can control by turning it clockwise or counterclockwise to see how fast you want the brake light to strobe. Okay, so I'm going to turn the ignition on, give this thing power, and right now let me see what it's doing. So it's kind of doing a weird step thing, and I don't know if maybe it's just the speed of the strobes that's doing that. Yeah, I think the speed of this thing is just too fast. That's probably what it is. So I believe turning it counterclockwise should slow it down, so let's do like a half turn and see what it does. There we go. Okay, so that right there is mode 1, I believe, so that gives you 9 flashes, and then it goes to solid, and it'll remain solid for the entire time that you press or squeeze the brakes. Okay, so I forgot that you have to hold the brake down while you're doing this, because when you release the brake, it cuts the power to the module. So while holding it down, I'm going to press the next button. Yeah, and this one here is flashes. It flashes the entire time. And I'm going to do it one more time. Okay, so that one right there is when you hold the brake down, it flashes 10 times, has a quick pause, and it flashes another, and it just keeps doing the same thing on repeat. All right, so right now the speed on this thing is kind of slow, right? So if I let go of this, press it again, I'll do probably like 1/8 of a turn clockwise. That's going to speed up everything, and then if I go counterclockwise, it slows everything down. So let's do that. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I like that.
Is that faster?
Yeah.
It doesn't take a whole lot to change the speed on this. I think I only turned it like half a turn before when we first had it on. It was like flashes so much that you couldn't tell what was going on. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is, I think I'll just leave the cap off for it right now. I'm going to switch this off, and then what we're going to do is we're going to swap out the incandescent bulb with the LED one, and then I'm going to see if they both work together. Rotate the socket counterclockwise to pull it out, and rotate the bulb counterclockwise to get that out. To install the new LED bulb, push it into the socket and turn clockwise until you feel it lock into place. Align the tabs of the socket into your taillight housing and then turn clockwise. Give it a light tug to make sure it's locked into place. So according to the TST Industries video, they say that some aftermarket LED light bulbs may possibly create issues and it may not work with the modulator. So we're about to find out. Ignition on, and there's the running light, and then let's go ahead and hit the flash. It works. Yeah, so a touch faster, and if you needed to, you can always change the speed on this thing, but I kind of like that right there. Okay, cool. So let's see a side-by-side comparison between the LED bulb and then the incandescent. Can you tell just from where you're standing? It is brighter?
I think so.
So the screw, when you put the screw in here and then you change the speed on this thing, it doesn't take a whole lot of resistance. Like, you just barely like put tension on your hand and you're already rotating the screw on this thing. So make sure you don't overdo it.
Oh yeah.
Is that better?
A lot more deliberate.
Okay. Sweet.
I think in the sunlight that would be better.
So then I guess we're done with this install. That's freaking super easy. So if you guys are interested at all in the light, then I'll have the links down below for the TST Industries modulator as well as all this. But we're going to get this thing tidied up. It does come with 2 zip ties, so we're going to take care of that next. All right, let's turn this thing off. Put the modulator cap back on and reinstall the screws. Make sure they are snug, but be careful to not over tighten. Slide the boot back on to cover the plugs. So in the video, they also recommend that even though these wires have a silicone, whatever that is, like a sleeve or whatever, water can still get in here, so you don't want to have it mounted where it's going up this way. So if for whatever reason, if you get water splashed in or through here because maybe you went through a puddle, you drop your bike in a puddle and now your stuff is, you know, filling up with water. So you want to be able to have it drain out and not go up into this modulator. And they purposely made this with the groove here so that way the zip tie wraps around it nice and clean, which is pretty cool. I really like that they include 2 zip ties, so that way if you need to attach this to the subframe and then maybe the rest of the wires or something else, you can do that. Now it's time to put the bike back together. Remember to secure the pegs of the fender into the holes and then push the sides back into the rubber grommets. Attach the front of the seat where the slot catches onto the tab on the gas tank. Ensure that all of the holes are aligned here before putting your bolts back in. Silver shoulder washers towards the front, black ones towards the back. Put the bolts back in by hand first and then tighten with a wrench. Check to make sure everything is locked down. Now that everything's back together again, I'm going to do this one more time just to make sure nothing weird happened during the reassembly of the bike. Okay, so now we've got our nice bright running light with the LED light bulb in there. Hit the brakes, bang. Nice little flash there, and then it stays solid. Let's do it one more time. All right, I like it, cool. Okay, so that concludes the installation of the TST Industries brake light modulator as well as the install of the light bulb. Once again, if you are interested in buying these products, I'll have the links down below if you want to check it out. And I guess that's it. So if you'd like to support the channel, please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video as well as learned anything. And hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell just to stay updated on all the new videos coming out. If you'd like to further support the channel, then I also have a Buy Me a Coffee link down below. It's Master of None 365. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.